As we work our way through this crisis, the Rebound Detroit is here to help you, bringing you experts, resources, and understanding and the guidance you need to bounce back.
Today, we're focusing on the state's unemployment office, struggling to process over 1 million claims. But it's not the first time the state agency's faced great difficulty.
The 7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham caught up with the head of the agency who knows these problems all too well. Darren?
Yes, he does. Keenan, Alicia. UIA Director Steve Gray, who's been on the job less than a year, says the pandemic has, quote, exposed cracks in the system. However, years ago, decisions made in the building behind me led to financial ruin for tens of thousands of Michigan residents. Wages were garnished and tax refunds were seized. At that time, Gray worked as an advocate for the people, a watchdog helping to expose those problems.
You bringing to light that there are lots of innocent people on the west side of the state that are being impacted this is really important. It makes it a statewide issue. It makes it harder for legislators all over the state to ignore.
Steve Gray and I first chatted nearly 5 years ago during my time reporting in Grand Rapids. At the time, he led the unemployment insurance clinic through the University of Michigan Law School. He and his students helped clients with unemployment benefit issues for free.
Over the last few years, especially starting in 2013, there was a very large uptick in the number of people that were being accused of fraud by the agency.
As history would have it, in 2013, the state unemployment agency used a computer system to determine who was signing up for benefits fraudulently, a computer operating without human oversight.
We realized that most of these people were completely innocent.
In fact, Gray wrote a detailed letter to the U.S. Department of Labor asking for federal intervention. Over the next few years, among many other things, the UIA returned $20 million and laws changed. And in June 2019, Gray became director of the very agency he worked to hold accountable as an outsider.
I know that there are people out there that are eligible and still haven't been paid, but their case needs to be reviewed.
Today, Gray speaks of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led to layoffs and over 1 million Michigan workers filing for unemployment benefits, overwhelming his agency and agencies across the country. Systems have crashed. People are getting locked out online, and some tell 7 Action News they've waited more than 6 weeks for a check.
What parallels do you draw between then and now with what you're seeing under COVID?
You know, when we put a new computer system in place in 2013, it was set up by leadership at the time with a certain mindset.
A mindset, he says, seemed too focused on not paying people who weren't eligible.
There's a flip side to that. We need to also make sure that we do pay people that are eligible.
Gray says he's concerned that an historically restrictive system may lead to some benefits ending prematurely at a time people need them most.
I'm hoping that state leadership will say, hey, you know what? We need to make sure that we've got an unemployment insurance system that gets to people that need it.
Now, Gray says his main priority, number one, is getting the remainder of those claims paid out and making the online process more user-friendly. I'm live in Detroit this morning. Darren Cunningham, 7 Action News.